Good morning. Coffee and scripture this morning. Just looking at Romans 10:14. Yeah, you kind of gotta get in there a little bit there. Romans 10:14. But how can they call on Him to save them, lest they believe in Him? And how can they believe in Him if they never have heard of Him or about Him? And how can they hear about Him unless someone tells them? So this is Paul speaking, of course, and to the Romans. And this is a build up to the preach it scripture, how the as long as it's preached scripture, which is uh, the uh, the thing about it doesn't matter if it's a false doctor, it doesn't matter if the guy doesn't know what he's talking about, as long as it's preached. And this is a fascinating scripture because this is really saying, how can they, it's really how do people even know about God unless someone tells them? And it's true. Some people have never really heard the gospel message. They've heard about God. They know of God. They know about God, but they've never really heard it preached. And I mean, in my opinion, gosh, we're in the 21st century. Everyone's heard of God. Oh my gosh. But really, how many have really been shared the gospel message? And this is a very interesting scripture. And I think the key word um, is in the very first thing. They call on Him to save them. I mean, the whole point, you know, of the whole Bible is to get saved, right? And so that's really coffee and scripture today. I got my Arizona mug right here. The centennial mug is a very historical. You know, Valentine's Day is when we actually became a state, but that's the interesting part about the Bible is the whole point is that we're is to be saved, and how unless someone tells them, pretty much. So coffee and scripture. Have a good day, everybody.